Hey guys, Marsingen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are doing the ESBR video that I mentioned yesterday in the first look Syn Shenron showcase. We are doing the Shadow Dragons Extreme Super Battle Road stage, and we are using a full team of Shadow Dragons, so no Super Saiyan 4s or anything in this team build. It does mean we are using the physical Nova Shenron, who very much does not fit onto this team because I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this unit, but he is a super physical unit who supports super type Shadow Dragon Saga units. So he doesn't fit in with the other Shadow Dragons, but they gave him similar links to what the other Nova Shenron and the other Shadow Dragons have. So he's a very wonky unit, and the strange thing is he's a super type unit, but he's still in GT bosses. So obviously this is helpful for Syn Shenron because we have the secondary part of his passive, which is that he gets an extra 7% defense and chance to crit per GT bosses ally on the team, and obviously the entire team is GT bosses, so he's getting a massive amount of extra defense here. You can see at the start of the turn pre-super, without a support unit on the rotation, he's already at 200k defense. Obviously with the STR Omega, he has all of his links active. He does also raise his defense on super attack. We also have the STR Omega Shenron is lowering the enemy's attack by 40%, which is pretty good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try and take out the, is it Raid Shenron? I don't remember the names of most of the other ones, but we're going to try and take out the physical one here so he can't do a whole ton of damage to Oceanus. We'll go ahead and do this. So we won't use an item here because we are getting the 40% debuff from Omega. Syn coming in clutch with the level 3 dodge as well. And then we take double digit damage. He's doing just shy of 2 million. I mean, obviously we saw this in the showcase from yesterday. His attack stat's never going to be too crazy. Double super, of course, he is raising attack and defense. So slightly higher attack stat on the additional super attack, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, with that double super, his defense is going to be like getting close to 300k, which in Extreme Super Battle Road is pretty good. This is what I was saying in yesterday's video. Like, a lot of people commented on the tweet or on the video, kind of memeing, because the title of yesterday's video was that Syn Shenron is a pretty solid sub EZA, and a lot of people were saying that he's not and he's trash. But just remember, I said he's pretty solid. I didn't say he was really good, but I did say this in that video yesterday. For somebody out there, if you haven't done this ESBR stage for Shadow Dragons and you're not, you don't have all the optimal, like, full Super Saiyans team, STR Omega Shenron is a really, really good unit to bring because of that debuffing of the enemy. And then, of course, they link up super well. Syn's going to have really good defense. Like, I don't think it is the worst idea in the world to bring him along on this stage. So Nova Shenron, the EZA one, he has pretty good defense. He's a support unit for Shadow Dragon Saga, so he's rocking just under 100k. We have got some type disadvantage attacks here as well, though, so I think we will go ahead and pop a support item. And then the Nova that we have here in the third slot, he's designed for fighting against extreme type enemies as well, so he is getting a little bit of an advantage in this stage. He gets extra attack and defense and a built-in 50% chance to crit when he's attacking an extreme class enemy. So my physical Nova Shenron is the only unit on the team that isn't Rainbow. He's 79%. I believe I pulled one copy back when Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta first came out. And obviously, he's one of the side banner units. He goes into the general pool after that. For whatever reason, since then, I've only pulled the 2 extra copies of him. But, I mean, his super attack animation isn't the worst. But, you think about, like, the side banner units that we've been seeing coming out recently. And like I said right at the start, I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this Nova Shenron. Even, like, with the same name update being a thing, I really think they should have just given him a different name. Because then you could have at least linked him up with the tech one, even though, of course, there's still one's super, one's extreme. It just seems like such a weird design. I know what they were going for, because obviously he's kind of the Nova Shenron who sort of starts to see the error of his ways during his, like, battle against Goku and everything. And it's all well and good in theory, it just makes for a really weird unit in the game, because he just doesn't really fit anywhere very well. So definitely, out of all of the, if you take him as the starter one and think of every single side banner unit that's come out since him, I would probably say off the top of my head that he's probably the worst. You know, I mean, he's got solid stats and everything in his passive. Getting the extra chance to crit and stuff like that's nice. But just because of the character that he is, the links that he has, and the teams that he's on, he's just super, super weird and doesn't really fit in anywhere, like, super well. So, a bit disappointing. But anyway, he's on the team just to round out the fact that we want to have a full Shadow Dragon Saga team made of Shadow Dragons. So, he kind of had to be on the team unless we want to use one of the, like, Raid Shenron or whatever. So, or I guess we could have used the STR Oceanus that seals super attacks back in the day. One of the SRs that was actually like useful. But okay, so let's go for you with the type advantage here, and then try and finish off you, and then let's go for your attack lowered already. Will Omega finish off this guy? I'm not too sure. Let's just go for this. Still got a pretty decent amount of HP. I think we still have the Whis active here, so maybe not. Nova not tanking quite as well as I thought. Did I use the Whis on turn 2? Because we're on turn 4 now. But either way, we should be looking pretty good here. Physical Omega Shenron, I'm really, really looking forward to him getting his easy A, because he definitely seems to have aged a lot worse than Tech Gogeta. I mean, Tech Gogeta, obviously, he is quite aged now, but obviously having that, you know, 70% chance to counter supers whilst also debuffing the enemy's attack is pretty nice. But Omega Shenron's easy A is something that's going to be very, very good. Because the Shadow Dragon Saga, especially when you think about the fact that some of the strongest units are the Super Saiyan 4s, it's still not a very strong, like, rounded out category. So definitely looking forward to a new version of him. Obviously, I really want to see them go the route of having a Syn Shenron who transforms into Omega Shenron. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that's what most people are expecting at this point, but that would definitely be nice to see. So, I mean, yeah, even pre-super attacking here, we got 224k defense with Syn Shenron. So even though he is raising attack and defense on super attack, he can work perfectly fine here as a slot 1 unit. We've got no item active and he takes double digit damage. So like I said, as I was saying previously, he's not a crazy super strong easy A unit or anything, but if you're someone that needs to get this Shadow Dragons ESBR stage done, he definitely does work quite well. You can link him up with units like the Tech Nova if you don't have any of the Omega Shenrons. They won't have as many links, but obviously with the Tech Nova Shenron being a support unit and having a pretty solid easy A, they work quite well together. So you should be looking pretty good. This is not a great rotation though, because unfortunately the physical Omega Shenrons, as I was already saying, a little bit outdated at this point. They are going to take a fair bit of damage from the STR Nova here. So we're probably going to target him with you, and then we will just fire off some attacks into the Int Ice Shenron with these guys. Hopefully we can get some additional supers here from the Omega Shenrons. It's the only downside to running this kind of like mean version of the team is obviously Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a much better leader for the Shadow Dragon Saga stage. He has the exact same leader skill as Omega Shenron, because obviously he has the 170 lead for Giant 8 power, but then his secondary lead is Shadow Dragon Saga, but it's only for 150, which is exactly the same leader skill as physical Omega Shenron. And obviously, not really surprising, because he released so much later, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the Int one, is way better than physical Omega, but we can't do the meme of having the full Shadow Dragons team if we have Monkey King as the leader. So no returning to Monkey in this video. We're going full on Shadow Dragons, but you can see not really doing a crazy amount of damage here to Ice, even with the type advantage. Get the additional super from the friend here. Okay, so this is a good rotation for Omega for sure, helping us out here. Debuffing all the enemy. Syn's at 200k, very good. So let us... In fact, we probably should just focus on taking out you first. So we'll do this. Go for the big attacks on Ice Shenron, and then go for the seal on you. Did I use an item in turn 1? I did. I used the Princess Snake. So we got no extra defense or anything in this turn. I think with the Omega debuff, and then obviously the fact that Oceanus is going to be sealing and attack lowering here as well, we should be all good. I mean, yeah, Omega tanking like a boss. That 40% damage reduction, or well, attack reduction on the enemy is so good for Super Battle Road. It's a shame that the STR Omega didn't get a more beefy Easy A in terms of his own stats, because unfortunately when you go into like some of the harder endgame content like the Legendary Goku event, as soon as you get to the point where you can't lower the enemy's attack anymore, the STR Omega Shenron's defense doesn't really cut it. I'm assuming they must have held back a little bit on him defensively to counterplay with that 40% attack reduction on the enemy, but obviously that means in events where you can't do that, his defense is not quite good enough, unfortunately, which is another thing that hurts this Syn Shenron Easy A, is to get all of his links active, you really want to link him up with an Omega Shenron, but both the STR one and the physical one are both quite outdated now, to the point where they're not like super good for some of the more difficult content, which is a bit of a shame. So go ahead and do this here. Let's go for these, and then we'll just go all in on ice with these guys. We are getting close to the Dokkan attack, so I do want to make sure. I don't think we'll be able to finish this fight without getting it, because this is the other problem, of course, with as I was saying, Gogeta being so much better than physical Omega Shenron, not just defensively but offensively, especially in Super Battle Road, because Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just comes straight out the gate with those big attack stats. I mean, he's absolutely, like, he's getting what, like double, almost triple on some of his better turns, the physical Omega Shenron attack stats that we're seeing here. Plus, of course, throw in the chance to counter super attacks as well. He definitely helps you beat the stage a whole lot faster than using double physical Omega Shenrons. But we're going to take out, we still didn't take out Ice. Although we should be able to do some damage to Nova here. And then Sin should finish off Ice. And then, just in case, I guess we'll target him with the physical Omega. We still have the Icarus active. I'm still a little bit worried about Omega Shenron taking attacks from Nova. Although, is he sealed at the moment? He's not. Let's just pop this rather than be safe than sorry. I have a ton of these, so top up our HP a little bit, give him a bit of a defensive buff. It's not going to help too much if he does super him, but okay, he's going to super attack this guy, so that, I'll take that. Double-digit damage, yeah, okay. Good stuff. Because the 40% attack lowering from Omega, it definitely does affect super attacks, but remember this is ESBR, so taking a tight disadvantage super, especially on a unit like the physical Omega, who is not particularly good defensively, definitely not what we want to see. So I'm perfectly happy for him to super attack the STR Omega Shenron at the beginning. But it does seem like we are very much unlikely to finish off this fight without getting the Dokkan attack, which is unfortunate here. We do have 4 items left, so it's not like we're in any sort of trouble of not beating the run, but it's definitely a much slower go through than it would be if we were using you know, Gogeta and some of the Super Saiyan 4s on the team here. But go ahead and do this. I think we're getting the Dokkan attack here regardless, right? Yeah, okay. So Dokkan attack with Nova Shenron. Not the craziest, but obviously I wasn't going to get it with the physical Omega, because if we don't crit, we're not really going to do a lot of damage. So let's see if we can get these pretty quick. Managed to miss one, but okay. Can he finish him off? He's only got a 1.6 million attack stat. I mean, this is the problem, right? You take out the Super Saiyan 4s and STR Omega and the physical Syn Shenron Easy A are probably the 2 best units on the team, which is saying something. Obviously, Oceanus has her uses, especially for Super Battle Road, because you've got the stunning and the sealing effects, which are really, really useful. But in terms of doing, like, the big damage, right, like, certain teams, you know, if you time it right, you can get into the second or the third fight, get the Dokkan attack, pretty much clear the field. We didn't really have that here. If we could have got the Dokkan attack with the Syn Shenron, that probably would have been slightly better, although obviously we were only against an STR opponent here. So, of course, we run the risk of not getting a crit and not doing that much damage anyway. But let's see. What is his defense going to be here? 200k. So, considering that he's sealed, let's go ahead and put him in slot 1. See if he can actually finish him off here. And then I think what we'll do, we'll probably call it here. We don't need to run the entire stage. I mean, I've got 4 items. There's no way I'm going to lose. But there's not really much else you need to see from this showcase, right? Like, without an item active, with type disadvantage, he's still tanking for double-digit damage. So there you go. Like, he may not be the best EZA unit, but when it comes to ESBR, if you still need to beat the Shadow Dragon Saga stage, then the EZA for Syn Shenron definitely is going to be very useful. And can Physical Nova actually finish him off here? If he gets the 50% crit chance, he will. There we go. That's what we like to see. Okay, he did something good. So let me know what you guys think. I know he is kind of mid for an EZA unit, but I think you can kind of see from this, like, his value is definitely there if you need to finish off the team for the Shadow Dragons ESBR. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.